Hi everybody. I really miss seeing you all at the studio and I hope you're all staying safe and are well. I'm going to share my practice with you today and hope that it brings you some solace and peace. I encourage you to practice along with me. I'm going to start seated, coming into any comfortable seat. And don't worry if you don't have props at home. You could use a book or water bottles instead of blocks. You could roll up a towel instead of a blanket to sit up on. So just find your way into a nice comfortable seat, wiggle around a little bit, let yourself settle in, sitting up tall, lifting from the crown of your head. We're going to start with a mudra, a hand gesture that can bring us strength. This hand gesture, this mudra, is called abhaya, and it means fearless. And it's a mudra we can use to get over stress and anxiety, over fear. And we can use this mudra to protect ourselves. You can let your left hand rest on your leg or in your lap. Maybe it rests on your belly. And then your right hand just makes a little bit of a cup in the palm of your hand. Let your elbow just rest by your sides. Relax your shoulders. And close your eyes. Allow the shoulders to relax. And bring your breath deep into your belly. And let's empty with an exhale out loud. Do that a few times. Big breath in. And one more audible sigh. Big breath in. Taking a few natural breaths here, allowing yourself to settle in, to decompress, to arrive. And now let's change this mudra and come into the Bu mudra for grounding, making peace fingers and tucking in the ring finger and pinky finger, covering it with your thumbs, and reaching towards the floor or resting your fingertips on your thighs. And you may sit cross-legged or kneel. Sitting up tall, rooting down, imagine those fingertips deeply rooting into the earth like roots of a tree. Or the plants and the flowers that are starting to emerge as we enter into spring. Feeling grounded, safe, secure, and nurtured. And while we're here, taking a moment to create an intention or to repeat a mantra. I am safe. I am healthy. I am joyful. I live with compassion. I live with grace and ease. Those are some examples of intentions or mantras you may use. Allow your self-talk to be kind and positive and in the present tense. And repeat that intention or that mantra to yourself maybe 3 more times with a little more enthusiasm, a little more conviction. Say it like you mean it. And on your next inhale, let your arms rise up overhead and exhale your hands to your heart space. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come back to your heart. And one more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back to heart space. From here, let's come to a tabletop. Moving any props out of the way. Coming to tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, tucking toes or letting your feet lay flat. And then start to gently move your spine. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat, like a Halloween cat, rounding your back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round out your spine. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, round the spine. And one more time, inhale, cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. And then come back to your neutral spine. Let's walk the hands forward just a little bit, coming towards a kneeling plank, and start to move around just really organically on your mat. Move your hips around, bend your elbows, move your head. Bring some fluidity into your movement. Allow cracks and crunches to work their way out. And then after you come to child's pose one more time, switch directions and go the other direction. Going in nice big sweeping circles, ovals. And one more round. Coming back to child's pose. Child's pose, maybe knees close together or wide apart, whichever feels better in your body today. Walking your hands out in front of you and letting your forehead rest on the mat and rock your head gently side to side. Give your forehead a little massage. It's very calming, making that connection of the third eye, the forehead. There's an acupressure point here that can be very calming by massaging that space. And then come back forward into your kneeling plank. Stepping your fingers back just a little bit so your shoulders are right over your fingertips. And we'll dial the eyes of the elbows forward and push the ground away, drawing the belly in. Shift forward a little bit, lower down, chaturanga on your knees. Coming into cobra, opening your chest. And then drop the head and press back into child's pose. And we'll do that with our breath. Inhale, come forward. You can round forward like your cat pose. Elbows by your sides. Exhale, chaturanga on the knees. Cobra. Big breath in. Exhale, lower the head and then press back into your child's pose. And let's do that one more time. Come forward into your kneeling plank. Lower down slowly, chaturanga on the knees. Cobra, roll the shoulder blades down your back, lift your heart. And then lower the head and press back to child's pose. And take 3 nice big breaths here. Ujjayi breathing, conqueror's breath, victorious breath. And if you're not sure how to make that Ujjayi sound, that breath, imagine your mat is a mirror or a window and you want to fog it up with your breath. Take a big breath in and exhale that HA. And then try that again with your lips closed. This victorious sounding breath, this oceanic sounding breath is very calming. Walking your hands forward as far as they'll go, a nice long extended child's pose, slowly tucking your toes and lifting your hips and guiding yourself into this upside down V of down dog. Take a few moments here to just settle into this shape. Pedal it out, wiggle your hips, shake your head yes, shake your head no, no worries, no cares, no expectations. And then slowly start to settle into this shape, pressing into the ball mounds of your toes, rooting the heels towards the earth, softening the knees.
And then slowly lifting the tailbone. And then bring awareness to your hands, pressing into the ball mounds of your fingers, your thumb, your peace fingers especially. Lifting the center of your palms like they're suction cups. Kind of dial the eyes of your elbows forward and then lengthen as your hips rise and your head relaxes. Take a big breath in and empty with a sigh. Inhaling your right leg high to the sky and then sweeping it through, coming into Warrior One. Warrior One, back heel maybe up or down, yogi's choice. Try to drop the shoulders down, lengthen from your heart, and take a nice big expression. Open the arms wide, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, hands back down to the earth, high plank. Plank on your toes or your knees. Shifting forward, lowering down chaturanga. Coming to cobra or up dog, lengthening the front of the body, lifting the heart, lifting the crown of your head. Take a big breath in and exhale back to down dog. And take 3 nice big Ujjayi breaths here. Inhale, float your left leg high to the sky, 3-legged down dog, and then sweep it through. Coming into your Warrior One on the other side, take a nice big breath, rise up, and then soften, drop the shoulder blades down, take a nice wide expression. Breathe in, breathe out, fill up. Exhale, hands back down to the earth, high plank. And of course you have options. You can hold your plank, maybe your plank is on your knees. Shifting forward, lowering down, chaturanga, cobra, or up dog. Take a big breath in and exhale back to down dog. And take 3 nice big breaths here. Fill up. Empty. Inhale, float your right leg high to the sky, and then bring it through, coming into Warrior One. We're going to move with our breath, 1 breath per movement. Inhale, rise up, pause. Exhale, hands back down to the earth, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, slowly lower, cobra or up dog as you inhale again. Exhale, back, down dog. And then the left leg floats high and comes through Warrior One. Moving with your own breath, take a big breath, rise up, breathe in, pause. Empty it out, high plank. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Exhale, inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Take 3 big breaths here, fill up and empty. Starting to walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Take a nice big breath. Rise up tall, extended mountain. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down, chair. Continue to flow like that. I'm just going to turn to face you. Exhale, sink down low into your chair. Inhale, rise up high. Exhale, sink back down. Circle sweeping the arms, warming up the shoulders, loosening up. Big breath in. Exhale, sink down low. Inhale, rise up high, and then bow or swan dive to fold. Inhale, halfway, and then hands to the mat, coming to your high plank. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga, cobra, or up dog. Big breath in. Exhale back, down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Feeling the ground beneath your hands and feet. Feeling the length and strength of your spine. Feeling ease and sweetness somewhere in your face. A little smile helps a lot. Inhale your right leg high to the sky, and then bring it through, coming into your warrior one. Rise, breathe in. Exhale, warrior two. And settle into this first warrior two. Make some adjustments in your stance. Feeling strong and supported in the lower body. The front knee is over your middle toes. If you notice the knee rolling in, sometimes likes to do that. See if you can gently guide it back out. Sink down. And then tuck in. Let the ribs tuck in. Let the pelvis sit solid like a bowl, like this bowl in front of me. Let your shoulders relax as your arms extend. And then bring some ease into this shape. Drop the shoulder blades down your back. Extend your arms long. Breathe in. Exhale. Sink a little deeper. Let the front hand flip. Reach forward just a little bit. Rise up and back. Exalt your warrior. And soften the top arm, the top shoulder. Bring some length into your side body. Exhale, extended side angle. And we'll flow between these two with the breath. Inhale, lift, lengthen, rise up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, rise. Exhale, extended side angle. And one more time, big breath in. And exhale, cartwheeling your hands back down to the earth, high plank. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, big breath, fill up. Exhale, down dog. And take 3 big breaths here, checking in. Going back to your intention, back to your breath. Coming back into this moment. This breath, this moment. And then inhale, sweep your left leg high to the sky and bring it through, coming into warrior one. And then open to warrior two. Settling in, taking some time to set your foundation, pressing down into the soles of your feet, pressing into the big toe mounds, the second and third toe mounds, and coming to the center of your heel and out into the edges of your back foot, of the back of your foot. Sink down and then soften shoulders down. Extend your arms long. Take up space. Try to touch the front wall with your front fingertips, touch the back wall with your back fingertips, and then bring some sweetness and ease into this shape. Fill up. Empty. Flip the front palm. Inhale, rise up and back. Exalt your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. And move between these poses with your own breath leading the way. Inhale, come up. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extended side angle. And one more time. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Reverse the warrior on this next inhale, and then float your hands back down to the earth, high plank. Chaturanga, cobra or up dog, big breath in. Exhale, down dog. Take a nice big sigh. Breathe in and empty. And then let's inhale the right leg high to the sky and bring it through for a crescent lunge. Back knee, of course, can come down. Settle in to your base. Try to come onto railroad tracks instead of a tightrope. Take it a little wider, maybe a little shorter front to back. Settle in and then tuck in, knit the bottom ribs in. Stay engaged around your waist. Support your spine, rise up, soften into it. Take a big breath, rise up. And then sweep your hands behind you. Take a big breath in as you rise back up. Empty it out, sweep the arms back. Staying nice and rooted through the front foot. Exhale, sweep it back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Create some length in your arms. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sweep back. And then bring your arms out in front of you, keeping the shoulders relaxed, reaching long. Big breath in. Empty it out. And then bring the left hand down, the right arm up to the sky. Twist. Take a breath in. Twist a little more. Breathe out. And gaze can be where it's comfortable, up over your fingertips, down towards the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, open up. And then release the hands to the floor. Coming into your high plank, shift and lower, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Big breath in. Exhale, down dog. And then sweep your left leg high and bring it through, coming into crescent lunge on the other side. Take a breath in, rise up. Take a breath out, settle in. Coming deep into your base, deep roots, pressing into the soles of your feet, the ball mounds of your toes, the heel of the front foot, the ball mounds of your back foot. Take a breath in, rise up. Take a breath out, sweep the arms back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep the arms back. 2 more times. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sweep the arms back nice and long. 1 more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Try to touch the wall behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades, keeping the length of your spine. Let your arms sweep forward. Drop the shoulders down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Grow a little longer. And then lower the right hand down. Sweep the left arm up to the sky. Using blocks here or a book to support your hand to bring the ground to you. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Twist. Take a breath in, empty twist. And then release the hands back down to the earth. Coming to your high plank, take a breath in, empty it. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, take a nice big breath, fill up. And exhale, down dog. Walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Rise up tall. Extended mountain pose. Exhale your hands to your heart. Coming into your mountain pose, feeling your feet beneath you. Shift around a little bit. Shift forward, shift back, shift side to side, and then slowly start to ground a little deeper into the earth, pressing into the soles of your feet, the big toe mounds, the second toe mounds, the third toe mound. And then pressing into the center of your heel and all the way out to the outer edge of the heel. Sink deep, deep, deep. Imagine tree roots growing down and then wider. Without moving your feet, try to separate them on your mat. Starting to feel the energy up the sides of the legs. And then lengthen the tailbone and let your ribs knit in. If you imagine the bowl of your pelvis sitting steady, sturdy, and then the dome of your diaphragm right over the bowl of the pelvis. So if the bowl of the pelvis was a spotlight shining straight up, the dome of the diaphragm, if that was a spotlight, it would be shining straight down into the bowl of the pelvis, tucking in, holding, and then drop your shoulders down. Take a big breath in and lengthen from the crown of your head. And exhale, sink your heels and sink the ball mounds of your toes into the earth, root down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. And then slowly start to shift the weight into the right foot, keeping that nice, strong, deep roots. And then turning the left knee out. You can kickstand the foot or bring it anywhere along the leg, trying to avoid the knee joint. So below, if your pants will let it fly, you can bring your foot up higher. And stay long in your spine. Let those roots dig in deep into the earth. And then allow your branches to grow and let them play. Wind blowing you around, maybe blowing you around so much you fall right out of the pose. Finding a focal point, one fixed point that's not moving. Take a big breath in and out. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Big breath in. Big breath out. Fill up. Empty. And then release your tree. Shake it out a little bit. I like to do infinity signs. It's a great way to balance the energy in the body. Let your infinity signs go uphill. Go up, go up. You can make them small or really big. All around you. Balancing out, balancing the energy, the solar energy, the lunar energy. And then slowly settling back into your mountain. Open your eyes, find your focal point, your drishti, and root down into the left foot, really deep roots like a tree. Go down and wide. Stretch your foot wide as you can on your mat. And then turn the right knee out. Toes on the floor, toes on a block, anywhere along the inner leg, but the knee joint. Be really kind to your body, to your knees. And again, if your pants will allow it, if you don't slide, you may play with bringing the foot up, guiding it up there, but it might slip. So you can start a little bit lower. Pull that energy in. Let the spotlights of your diaphragm and your pelvic bowl shine right at each other. Breathe. And then play. Let your branches grow. Let the wind blow you around on purpose or not. I always like to say if you fall out of a yoga pose, it's awesome because you found your edge and pushed a little bit past it. And like Saturday Night Live, Sister Mary Catherine, she falls, she always comes up and goes, superstar. So if you fall out of your yoga pose, just say superstar. Breathe in, grow a little taller, root a little deeper, and let it go. And shake it out. Maybe those empty coat sleeve swings, like you put your coat on and didn't put your sleeves, your arms in the sleeves, or your infinity signs, just shake it off. And then slow it down, coming back to your mountain. Allow yourself to pause here, to ground, feeling the earth beneath your feet, feeling the strength in your body, your own inner light shining bright. Maybe you take the Abhaya mudra once again, protection, fearlessness. Let's inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sinking down into your chair. And just like our mountain pose, staying rooted in our feet, strong and grounded. Try to shift the weight back a little bit so you can see your toes. And then bring awareness to the pelvic bowl and the dome of the diaphragm. Try to let them shine right at each other. Feel that inner support. Build your own heat, starting with cactus arms, sinking down into the feet. Pressing down into the ball bones of the toes, the heels. And without actually moving your feet, imagine pressing down and stretching your feet away from each other. Like you want to stretch your mat. Breathe in. Sink down. Bring your hands to your heart space and then shift all the weight into your right foot, letting your left leg rise up and over for eagle legs. Staying long in your spine. Tucking the bottom ribs in, feel that strength and power, and then only if it's calling to you, eagle arms, wrapping your arms, a nice big hug, prayer hands. Play with the arm positioning. Personalize your practice. This is your practice. Enjoy it. Exhale, sink a little lower, like you're leaning up against a wall and sliding right down that wall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unravel, take a big breath, rise. And then bow or swan dive, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and bow. Nice and slowly inhale, rise up tall, extended mountain. Exhale, sinking down into chair, Utkatasana. And again, settle in. Find your roots. Find your base. Dig nice, deep foundations. Settle in. And then hands to your heart. Slowly shift all your weight into your left foot. And let your right leg rise up. Crisscross it up and over, eagle legs. And then sink down. Hug the legs together. One big, strong leg. And if you'd like to take eagle arms or a nice big hug, play with the arm expressions. So if your right leg's on top, the right arm is on the bottom. Fingertips are loose. And then find a focal point. Something on the ceiling, on the floor, on the wall in front of you. Breathe in. Drop the shoulders down. Blow your hands away from your face a little bit. Fill up. Empty. Unravel it all. Take a big breath, rise high. Bow or swan dive, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back to a high plank. And then bring your right hand on the inside, right underneath your shoulder. Roll on the outer edge of the foot and lift your left arm to the sky, coming into Vasisthasana, side plank. Play here. Play with staggering the feet, stacking the feet, lifting the leg high. Take up space. Alternately, you may drop your knee. Open your heart. Stack shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. Take up space. Take a big breath in. Shine a little brighter, like someone's holding your hand and lifting you higher. Breathe in. Empty. Big breath in. Empty. Come back to your high plank. Shift and lower, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Take a nice big breath. Open up. Exhale, down dog. Bring your big toe mounds to touch. Come forward, high plank. And center your left hand right under your shoulder. Roll on the outer edge of the left foot. Vasisthasana, left side. And again, play here. Play with stacking your feet, staggering your feet, lifting a leg. It's a new side. It's a different moment. We might fall. And if you do fall, pretend it's on purpose. Turn it into a wild thing. Open up. Be playful on your mat. And then come back to your high plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Big breath in. Exhale, down dog. Fill up. Empty out. Fill up. Empty out. Walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take a nice big breath, rise up tall. Exhale, chair. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Take a big breath in. Empty, sink a little lower. Knit the ribs in. Lengthen the tailbone. Support your spine. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twisting to your right. And be playful here. You might take your feet a little wider, fingertips to the floor, to a block. You might use your elbow like a lever. Breathe in. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, drop the hips. Exhale, open up. And maybe play here with wide wings. Or if side crow is in your practice, playing with planting your hands, shifting onto your fingertips, back into the heels of your palms. Explore getting your elbow under a hip and your other elbow under a knee and shifting the weight over onto this shelf that you're building with your triceps. Maybe a foot comes off the ground for a second. Maybe they both do. Explore. And you can play here with extending. You might fall, and that's fantastic. Release that. Come into a forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, release. And really soften here. Bend your knees. Let your head hang heavy. Sway a little bit. Cool that down. Chair pose is heating. Forward folds are cooling and calming. On an inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Take a big breath, rise tall.
Exhale, chair pose. Sink down into your heels, down into your hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lengthening the tailbone, knitting the bottom ribs in. Stay engaged. Protect your spine. Tap into your inner fire, your inner strength. Hands to your heart. Take a breath in. Empty and twist to the left side. Fill up. Exhale, wring it out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And play on this side. Maybe the big toes touch. Maybe your feet go a little wider, fingertips to the floor, to a block. Maybe you play with your side crow on the other side. It's a nice break for your quads. Planting your hands, making a shelf with the triceps, leaning into it. But just be playful. Shift your weight a little bit. The feet never have to leave the ground, but maybe explore it. Be playful. Have some fun with it. And then release and come into your forward fold. Cool it off. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Sway a little bit here. Massage your head and neck. Do something nice and kind to your body. On an inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. Big breath, rise up tall. Bow or swan dive, fold. Halfway lift. And then hands to the mat, step back to your high plank. Shift and lower, coming all the way down to your belly. And then rest, let your hands or forearms make a pillow. Turning your toes out, letting your heels fall in, coming into crocodile. This is a very calming, grounding pose. A lot of our body is connected to the earth. And really drop in. Let your belly soften. Let your back relax. Let your head be heavy. Wiggle the hips a little bit, create some space in your back, and then start to walk your feet back a little longer behind you. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Try to really get yourself long on your mat. And then coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders or even forward a little bit from the shoulders, giving your low back a little extra space. Drop the shoulder blades down your back. Lift from the crown of your head. And pressing your hands into the mat, imagine pulling your hands closer to you as your heart pulls forward, lengthening the front of your body. Pressing down into the tops of your feet, the tops of your thighs, feeling the earth beneath you. And then slowly release back down and make a pillow once more. Rest your head to the side, turning your toes out. Letting your heels flop in, crocodile. And then we're going to come again into a back bend on our belly. If you'd like Sphinx again, you can go back to Sphinx. But take some time to lengthen your back, wiggle your hips, walk your feet back. And I'm going to play a little bit with cactus arms here. Pulling the shoulder blades together to lift the arms. Let them slide down your back. And the whole front of your body lengthens. Press down into the tops of the thighs. Squeeze the midline of your body. Let your legs squeeze towards each other. They don't have to touch. Let them squeeze towards each other. Hug the midline of your body as you rise. Breathe in. Breathe out, pressing the ball mounds of your toes into the imaginary wall behind you. Take a big breath in, rise a little higher, and relax back down. Resting your head to one side or making that pillow, taking your feet a little wider, wiggle out. And really allow yourself to surrender here, to melt into your mat, to let go. Like a balloon deflating. Connecting with the earth. And then we're going to come into one last back bend on our belly. Reset it, wiggle your hips, get long on your mat. We've got lots of choices. Sphinx pose,
Maybe that locust pose with your goalpost arms or arms long behind you, perhaps coming into a half bow or a full bow, reaching for the tops of your feet. And again, squeeze the midline of your body. Squeeze an imaginary block between your legs, slide your shoulder blades down your back. Take a big breath in. Empty, release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay long in the low back. Lengthen from the crown of your head. Fill up. And then empty. Release it all. Wiggle your hips. Release that shape. Let your body sink heavy into the earth beneath you. Allow yourself to feel cradled and nurtured, held, safe. And then bend your knees and let your feet windshield wiper back and forth, or in and out, or round and round. Just bring some natural movement into your body. And then bring your feet towards each other, coming back into child's pose. Sink your hips back towards your heels. And arms can go wherever they feel good. Maybe it would feel really nice to bring your hands by your feet, roll your wrists, interlace your hands, and stretch your chest. Be playful. Let your body tell you what would feel really delicious right now. And then coming back to your tabletop, cat and cow a few times. Walk your hands forward a full hand length or so as you guide yourself back into down dog once again. Take a breath in and let it go. And now let's step the left foot in a little bit and let your right leg go high to the sky. Three-legged down dog. Think about pressing the front of your mat forward, lengthening your arms, lifting high. Get really long from your fingertips to that heel. Squaring the hips, dialing your toes down. Now bend your knee and roll the hip open, letting your heel come towards the opposite wall. And then play with squaring off the shoulders. You can look under your opposite underarm, looking for your foot, and then point and flex your foot and roll the ankle around. Make some circles with your knee. And then switch directions. Nice big circles, loosening up right in the hip joint. If flipping dog is in your practice and you'd like to play with that, you can step your left hand in and gently roll open, squaring the feet, lifting, lengthening, opening, breathing. Again, have some fun with your practice. Play with new things. Try something different. Coming back around, back into your high plank. And then once again, letting your right leg float high. Exhale, right knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale towards your left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale towards the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale towards your left. Inhale, lift. And then we're going to bring that right knee towards the right wrist for half pigeon. Starting to inch your back leg back a little bit more. It's a nice place to pamper yourself. Rolling your mat provides some cushioning for your knee. Using a bolster, a blanket, or block, perhaps under your hip, can be really nice as well. Take some time here, settle into it. Lengthen from your crown. Drop the shoulders down. And then walk the fingertips forward a little bit. Slowly, slowly releasing yourself down into your sleeping pigeon, making a pillow for your head. One potato, two potato hands, or hand over hand makes a nice little cushion for your forehead to rest. And really let your head rest. If the head's resting, the neck muscles don't have to work right now. Allow the neck muscles to soften. And then start to bring that ease into the shoulders and your arms, down your back, noticing where there's sensation and not running away from that sensation, but breathing into it. If there's anything painful or sharp, making some changes, adjust your position. You can roll on your back and make a 4 instead. So if this is tender for your knees, maybe you come onto your back. And make a 4. And you might even thread the needle. So explore this space for about 5 or 6 more breaths. And really bring attention to your breathing. Let your exhale last a little longer than your inhale. Maybe twice as long. And as you exhale, let your body be heavier, sinking deeper, letting go just a little bit more. And as you come out very slowly. Walk your hands up under your shoulders. Guide yourself back into tabletop or down dog. And bring some natural movements into that right leg. Move it around, wiggle it around. Your body will tell you what feels good. And then coming back to down dog. Take a nice big breath in. And let it go. And I'm going to turn so that I can face you. Let's take the left leg high. So center your right foot, ground your hands, and then lift your leg up. Square the hips, knit the ribs in. Think about the bowl of the pelvis and the dome of your diaphragm shining at each other. And then bend the knee and roll the hip open, trying to keep the shoulders square for now. Hands equally rooted, looking underneath your underarm might help. Look for your toes. Move your foot around in little circles. Maybe the knee goes around in some big circles. Switch directions. If it feels good to you and gravity's calling you, gently flipping your dog. Opening up, breathing. Creating a nice solid foundation. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then coming back into your plank. Lift the left leg up again into your 3-legged down dog. And then we're going to bring the left knee towards the left elbow. Inhale, sweep it back, 3-legged down dog. And then left leg towards the right elbow. And sweep it back, 3-legged down dog. And then once again, bring your knee towards your left elbow. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale towards the right. Inhale, sweep it back. And then we'll bring the knee towards the left wrist. Inching the back leg back a little bit, coming into your pigeon. And let the back foot lay flat, pointing the toes backwards towards the edge of your mat. Building a little cushioning underneath your hips, creating length, maybe staying up for another moment. Soften. Soften the shoulders, soften the neck. And then slowly guiding yourself forward, 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 and then surrendering down with pillows under your head, hand pillows, block pillows, your mat maybe, your pillow. Take a big breath in and a big sigh. Let it go. Bring a little extra emphasis into your exhales. Breathe in. Pause and then empty it all the way out. Breathe in. Empty. Take 3 more breaths like that. Big breath in. And a pause. Empty it all the way out, even longer than the inhale. And then guiding yourself up slowly, walking hands under shoulders, coming to tabletop or to down dog and moving the leg around just organically, any way it wants to move. And then we'll slowly make our way onto our back body. Coming down onto your back, hugging knees to chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Wrapping behind your knees gives your knees a little more space. If they're tender, around your shins, if that's available today. And make some circles here. And really hug the knees in. Squeeze the belly and then release it, going straight in and out or round and round. Lowering your feet to the earth, about inner hip distance apart. Snuggle shoulder blades underneath you. We're going to make a nice solid foundation for our bridge. Dropping the shoulder blades down and towards each other, pressing the soles of the feet firmly into the earth. And just for this first bridge, level and lengthen the tailbone. Shine the bowl of the pelvis and the dome of the diaphragm towards each other and lengthen just a little, lift just the tailbone off the ground. Pull in deep, deep pelvic floor muscles, engage deep core muscles. Take a breath in, take a breath out, and then release back down. And let's bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees go wide. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Take a belly breath in. And let it all go. And like you're closing a book, guiding your knees back up, walking your feet back underneath your knees, inner hip distance apart, and then slowly snuggle the shoulder blades back under, rebuild your bridge. And we're pressing the upper arm bones into the earth. We're pressing the back of the head gently into the earth, feeling some support behind the neck. And again, connect that energy between the dome of the diaphragm, the bowl of the pelvis, tuck in, supporting the spine, and then letting the hips rise. And it might be that pelvic tilt once again, or maybe we come up to a nice long line. Knees, hips, and shoulders making a nice line. Knitting the bottom ribs in, feeling that strength, and then playing. You can play with lifting a leg. And then switching. You might interlace your hands underneath you. And elbows underneath, creating more space in the chest. Long in the back of the neck. Take a breath in. And then slowly release, one vertebra at a time. Gently, gently release back down. Upper back, middle back, low back, tailbone. And then let the knees go wide and the soles of the feet come together. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Breathe in. And let it go. And then one more time, bridge, maybe wheel this time, taking the backs of your legs, holding your legs with your hands, close them like you're closing a book. Reset your base, snuggle shoulder blades under, upper arm bones press in. If you'd like to go for wheel, bringing your fingertips to point down towards your feet. Snuggle shoulder blades under, press the feet into the earth, and then slowly let the hips rise, bridge, or wheel. Take 2 more breaths here. One more big inhale. And lowering on the exhale, one vertebra at a time, nice and gently. Upper back, middle back, low back, tailbone. And this time come to knock-kneed pose. Let the knees come together, the feet go wide on your mat. And allow the knees to flop side to side like windshield wipers. Roll in and roll out, right in your hip joint. And then hug your knees into your chest once again. Give yourself a big squeeze. Hug yourself tight. In this time when we're self-isolating, social distancing, and when we're fearful, we need hugs more than ever. But give yourself a big hug. Squeeze yourself tight. And then start to rock and roll lengthwise on the mat. Gain some momentum and work yourself up towards your boat. I'm going to get my microphone out of the way so that I can be with you in your boat. So boat can take many shapes. Feet on the ground, hands on the ground, holding on. Regardless of which shape your boat takes, let your spine be long. A long line from your crown all the way down to your tailbone. Leaning back, breathe in, breathe out, play with releasing hands, lift, fill up, empty. And if you're shaking, bring a big smile to your face. You're creating new muscle memory in those belly muscles. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Inhale, take up a little more space. And then drop the feet. Bring your hands behind you. Coming into a reverse tabletop. Snuggle shoulder blades behind and towards each other. Lift, lengthen, open up. And then slowly, slowly release back down. And then we're going to come all the way down onto the back once again. And again, give yourself a nice big hug. Roll around a little bit. And then we're going to come into an inversion, and I'm going to encourage you to take whatever inversion feels good to you today, maybe using a block or a pillow underneath the hips, coming into legs up an imaginary wall or a waterfall. This again can be very grounding, and you're also very welcome to move right up against the wall and put your legs up the real wall. But if any other inversion is really calling to you, and it's in your practice already, please feel free to go there. Shoulder stands, head stands, hand stands, any place where your hips are above your heart will give you the benefits of the inversion. And the benefits of the inversions are so numerous. This helps our immune system. This helps our blood flow. This eases tired legs. It's calming, it's grounding, making a connection with the earth. So allow yourself to be here and play. You can play with movement, any kind of movements. Scissor, bicycle, ride your bike backwards. Be really playful on your mat. Have some fun. How often do you get to roll around on the ground? Breathe. And take about 3 or 4 more breaths here, really feeling the connection to the earth, whatever's touching the earth, the top of your head, the back of your head, your back. And then slowly starting to work your way out. Coming back down onto the earth if you are on a block, lifting the hips and removing the block. And then we're going to bring the hands down by our sides. If you were in a headstand or handstand, come into child's pose for a few moments. Let your heart and your head be in the same plane. Otherwise, take your hands by your sides and lift your hips just enough to get your hands underneath, palms facing the earth. As we come into fish pose, we're going to lift the heart and walk the elbows under. Staying grounded through the legs and the hips, and the feet can go in any place they want. Your knees can be bent or straight. Lift from your heart. If it's comfortable, lifting your chin and lengthening the front of your neck, trying to keep the back of the neck long as well. Try not to throw the head back or dump the head. Keep that energy flowing freely through your body. Lengthen, lift, breathe. Shine your inner light really bright. And then tucking your chin, easing the elbows back out, coming back down onto the ground. Take a nice big 5-pointed star stretch. Stretch really, really big. And then curl into a little tiny ball. Roll around a little bit. And allow your arms to go wide like wings, palms facing up or down, whichever makes you feel more supported. And let your knees go to one side, tucking the hips under, keeping the spine long. And explore here. Explore holding the top of the leg, giving yourself a little gentle assist. You could play with wrapping legs, like our eagle legs, or bottom leg over top. Exploring, trying on different expressions of these poses as they serve you in this moment. And then after a little bit, unravel, take a nice big stretch, a long line, or a 5-pointed star once again. And then hug the knees in tight, give yourself a big squeeze. And let the knees go to the other side. Take the arms wide, snuggle the hip under. Gazing over the opposite shoulder might feel nice. Holding the top leg with your hand, adding a little extra, a little weight, very gently. Letting gravity do all the work. You don't have to do anything here, just be. Coming back to your mantra, coming back to that positive present tense statement. And take a couple more breaths here. And then gently unravel. Take a big stretch. And then release. Settling in for Shavasana, making some adjustments, adjust your hips and shoulders. Let your body be long on your mat. And if you'd like to put your legs up the wall or prop your knees up with a pillow or some blocks, go ahead and do that. Let yourself be really comfortable. And I'm going to guide us into our Shavasana. And I'll come up to a seat as I lead us through a guided meditation. And I'll bring us out of Shavasana by ringing the bowl 3 times. But if you'd like to stay in your Shavasana even longer, please do. So allow yourself to get nice and cozy on your mat. Shavasana is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Allow yourself to be here in this moment. This is where the magic happens. This is where your body gets to digest all the hard work you've done. So I'm going to lead us through a body scan, and as I name each body part, bring your awareness to those spaces and allow them to rest, to relax, to let go even more. Bring awareness into your mouth. Noticing any sensations, temperature, tastes. Noticing your teeth and your gums, your cheeks. And relaxing the lower jaw. Noticing your right eye and then your left eye. And both eyes together. The right ear and the left ear. And both ears together. Noticing your nose, your nostrils, feeling the air swirling around the edge of your nostrils as you inhale. And as you exhale, allowing the breath to come lightly and naturally. Letting your beautiful laugh lines soften. Melting away any worry lines in the forehead. Relaxing the scalp, the crown of the head, the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders,
Bring awareness to your right thumb and the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky, and the back of your hand, and the palm of your right hand, and your right wrist, and the lower arm, the right elbow, the upper arm, and the shoulder, the right collarbone, the left collarbone, the left shoulder, the left thumb, the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky finger of your left hand, the back of the hand, the palm of the hand, the left wrist, and the lower arm, the elbow, the upper arm, both shoulders, the upper back, the mid back, the low back, the left side body, the right side body, the chest, the belly, the pelvis, the upper legs, the knees, the lower legs, the ankles, the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, the right big toe, and the second toe, the middle toe, the right ring toe, and the pinky toe, the left big toe, the second toe, the middle toe, the ring toe, your left pinky toe. Bring awareness to your breathing. Let your breath come naturally. Breathing in joy. Breathing in hope. Breathing in peace. Breathing in love. Bring the awareness back into your breath. Breathing a little deeper and sighing it out. Starting to bring gentle movements into your fingers and your toes. Really gentle at first. And then moving wrists and ankles. Adding any gentle movements that feel good. And eventually rolling onto one side before rising to your seat. And truly take your time. If you'd like to stay longer in Shavasana, please do. And when you do come up, take some time to settle in, maybe sitting on the edge of a blanket so the hips can sit level. Let your shoulders relax, lengthen from the crown of your head. And let's sweep the arms out. And together, bring your hands back to your heart space. Coming to Anjali Mudra, tapping the tip of each finger together, the heel of your palms together, leaving some space.
inside this space, it's sacred space, it's infinite space, and it holds all your heart's deepest longings. Love and joy and forgiveness, health and peace and safety. Place yourself in the center of this beautiful sacred space and wrap yourself in all those beautiful attributes. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be free and safe. And may you live with ease of well-being. And to seal our practice today, let's take 3 light ohms. Inhaling together. And we'll bring our thumbs to our forehead and bow to one another. The light in me honors that bright, beautiful light in each of you. Namaste. Have a fabulous day. Thank you for practicing with me. Hope to see you soon.